The phrase young Republican always seemed to me to be an oxymoron. How could a young person struggling with money and school and rent and dating ever find a connection with the party of Nixon, Reagan, and now, of course, this rotund dotard?
I have absolutely no idea who this woman is.
But when you break it down, it's almost exclusively young white men who are voting conservative. And the answer seems to be they just don't like women. I'm serious. There's a new report called The State of American Men 2023, From Confusion and Crisis to Hope. It found that more than half of young men believe they have a harder time in America today than women. And maybe that's where this dude came from.
And the Civil Rights Act, though, let's be clear, created a beast, and that beast has now turned into an anti-white weapon.
Yeah, and that's the reality. And so we just need to fundamentally relook at a lot of our civil rights.
That's Charlie Kirk, a pimply-faced racist and founder of the conservative PAC Turning Point. He's somewhere between 7 and 11 years old.
I love my mommy.
He's bright, talented, and did I mention racist? Yeah, I have more of that to come, but to the point, Kirk, who's buddies with the First Lady, is in the news promising to primary any Republican who doesn't vote for Pete Hegseth.
I'm not a perfect person, as has been acknowledged. Saved by the grace of God, by Jesus and Jenny.
Now, as you should know by now, Hegseth is a serial adulterer who trapped a woman in his hotel room, assaulted her, and later paid her to keep quiet. So you can see what Charlie likes about him. Charlie tweeted,
If anyone in the Senate GOP votes against confirming Pete Hegseth after his stellar performance today, there will be a primary challenge waiting for you. You can take that to the bank.
Now, this is not the first time Kirk has tried to blackmail Republicans. He made a similar threat on the confirmation of Matt Gaetz to serve as Trump's attorney general, saying any senator who voted against him will face an immediate primary challenge.
Sex charges against me.
Now, ultimately, that nomination never got to a vote, as teenage heartthrob Matt Gaetz withdrew ahead of a House Ethics Committee report detailing evidence of underage sex trafficking and illicit drug use. Do you see a pattern here? Now, Charlie Kirk, like Tucker Carlson, loves to talk about how hard it is to be a white man today.
Welcome to the most hated class in America today.
And those are two things, white and man. That's why the Hegseth nomination gives him a little stiffy.
I don't answer to anyone in this group. None of you. Not to that camera at all.
Hegseth is one of those alpha guys that get young conservatives all excited.
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat.
That's because Hegseth is what they want to be when they grow up. Except that Hegseth is a fucking train wreck, and that's where they're headed. But still, they forge ahead with this message. White people are getting a raw deal, and men need to control their women.
I have to be honest. I don't like Taylor Swift, and at all. And
Most guys don't. Well, isn't that the real topic, right?
But that's kind of the real topic, and I feel as if she's being forced upon our culture, like it's this Taylor Swift colonizing effort. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. She's a narcissist. I don't think that she's very talented.
She's nasty. She's ugly. Nobody likes her. Nobody likes her. She looks like a teenage boy. Like, dudes don't like her. Like, if you put her in front of, like, she's ugly.
That's true. Yeah. Does Taylor Swift have any eggs left?
I don't think she probably. I don't know if she had it to start with.
No, you mean like bitter, angry women, and that's
like
Taylor Swift.
Like librarian, like your worst teacher you had, feminism. That's Taylor Swift feminism. If I got dragged to one Taylor Swift concert, I will never go back. I was in the very back. It was awful. It was all women.
Now, I can understand not liking her music, but that's not this. These little boys are intimidated by women, and more to that point, successful women. That's not how it's supposed to be. And the more I thought about this, the more I realized it was true. Their idea of a wife is right out of Leave It to Beaver.
You know, Dad, it's funny.
What's funny?
Well, whenever we cook inside, Mom always does the cooking. But whenever we cook outside, you always do it. How come?
Well, it's sort of traditional, I guess. You know, they say a woman's place is in the home, and I suppose as long as she's in the home, she might as well be in the kitchen.
And we saw that this fall.
That message, though, is freaking out the right, especially its smallest, most fragile men. They're having complete and utter meltdowns on their podcasts and TV shows. Here's Trump ally Charlie Kirk.
She needs people to basically lie to their husbands, which they are promoting, by the way. It is the embodiment of the downfall of the American family. I think it's so gross. I think it's so just nauseating where this wife is wearing you'll show it, wearing the American hat. She's coming in with her sweet husband who probably works his tail off to make sure that she can go, you know, and have a nice life and provides for the family. And then she lies to him saying, oh, yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump. And then she votes for Kamala Harris as her little secret in the voting booth.
When a man votes for a woman, he actually transitions into a woman.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's what the science says.
Science says that.
But the one thing I really noticed is Charlie Kirk's demeanor, which is always on the defensive, always looking to blame someone else. Like here, where he blames black people for Jim Crow.
So the question is, why is it that Black America is one of the only populations, that and Native American populations, that have not been able to overcome such evil, horrors, and injustices? Here's my perspective, and I want to hear what you have to say, is that the number one way to keep people out of poverty, lower the crime rate, and have a better society is whether or not you have a mom and a dad around, which we agree that's an ideal. Yeah? Cool. Yeah. And so what happened in 1964 is that 25% of Black youth were raised by a single mom.
The broken Black family started with white people in slavery, and the American black male in my lifetime wasn't allowed to access buses, hotels, water fountains, and most notably, the kind of work that could change their lives. But there's more to this, and it's not just Charlie Kirk.
And when you don't teach women that they ought to cherish men who are responsible and good, all you end up doing is incentivizing bad male behavior.
That's Ben Shapiro, and he just blamed women for being abused by men. And where do you hear this conservative incel?
What, people calling me gay because I've never had a girlfriend? I think if anything, it makes me less gay. Never having a girlfriend, never having sex with a woman, really makes you more heterosexual. Because honestly, dating women is gay. Having sex with women is gay. And having sex with men is gay. And you know, it's all gay.
That guy had dinner with Trump at Mar-a-Lago.
Penelope Hegseth wrote, "On behalf of all the women, and I know it's many, you have abused in some way, I say get some help and take an honest look at yourself."
Since this all came out, Hegseth's mom went on Fox and tried to undo the harm of her speaking the truth about her son. And that's why Kirk and others are so vigorously defending Pete Hegseth. And who knows what kind of pressure was put on mom to come out and say her boy has changed, like this mope at the hearings today.
The senator from Virginia starts bringing up the fact that what if you showed up drunk to your job? How many senators have showed up drunk to vote at night? Have any of you guys asked them to step down and resign from their job? And don't tell me you haven't seen it, because I know you have. And then how many senators do you know have got a divorce before cheating on their wives? Did you ask them to step down? No. But it's for show. You guys make sure you make a big show and point out the hypocrisy because the man's made a mistake.
The script for attacking Republicans who dare to defy MAGA and its deep-rooted racism and misogyny is this: don't think, listen to us.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not.
Look, I don't know what happened to Charlie Kirk, nor do I really care. But his message is reverberating amongst these young conservative boys. And with the success of the anti-abortion Supreme Court and Trump's promise to erase federal restrictions on discrimination, The Handmaid's Tale may soon be on the move, from the shelves where we keep fiction to a red state near you.
What you're about to hear could be disturbing.
Goddamn right.
You may find some parts of the story to be offensive.
Use my words against me and you'd be absolutely right.
That is crazy. They're eating the dog.
You're an idiot.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.